Hello everybody, the first week of the Forex Test Lab is over. It made really fun. What is the goal of the Forex Test Lab? Please watch my intro video which I made on last Monday. The goal is to find 5 systems, methods or signal groups which give constant profit every week. It is not necessary that every system closes the week with a profit, but that they all together give a constant profit every week. So if 1 or 2 systems are not so good in a week, then the other 3 make profit, and then overall you have a weekly profit. So we want to find 5 systems, methods and signal groups which we can mix together and that we get constant profit. And I showed you in my video on Monday the 5 systems which I test at the moment, the start systems. If a system gets bad every week or is bad every week, it will replaced by another one. And every system which gives a constant profit over the weeks can stay in this test. And I will show you now what was going on in this week. This is the result for the first week. You can see together all these 5 systems made almost 50 euro. So it's a weekly profit. This is a good. So I like the result. Every system is traded on a live account. Most of the accounts are with 500 euros on it. And let's go through the systems, and we begin with the weakest, and we go then to place number 1, to the best performer of the week. The weakest system in this week, in this first week, were the FX Street signals, the paid Forex signals. This is the only system which made a drawdown on the account, and it was a really not good week for the FX Street signals. This is the side of the signals from FX Street. It costs 35 euro every month if you pay monthly, and you can cancel it monthly with this price. And if you look on the closed signals, you already can see that it was not a good week. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 losers here, and we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 winners. And if you look on the losers, we have really big losers here with 115 pips, with 133 pips, for example, 142 pips here. Big losers in it, and the winners are besides here the Aussie yen, relatively small, so not the big winners here. And so far I don't like the system here from FX Street. For example, I hope that today on Friday maybe they bring 1 or 2 more signals that the week can end in profit, but this did not happen. Okay, if there is no signal, then it's okay, but it's also very difficult to manage the signals from them. I show you this. I jump here to the top. Here on the right side you can see the commands they give, what you should do with the signals. For example, if you look here on the signal from the Aussie cat, it's a sell signal, and they almost every 5, 10, 20 minutes they give a command what to do, and they are really strange, these commands. You can see here they say the stop loss and take profit have been updated, and then if you look here, this was the update, and if you look here, there's the next update on the same signal, and it was a only small change. Here is the target 0.8944, and then they changed it to 0.8942. So a little difference, and they do this all day long. You can see this is the complete day here. Every 10-15 minutes I get a new command what I have to do with the signals, and this is almost impossible to do if you not sit 24 hours in front of your computer. So it's very difficult to use the signals in my opinion, and the quality was not good this week, like you see here with these losers. I had luck on Monday with the signals. I show you this. This is the account which I use for the FX Street signals. You can see it's in drawdown. This is a real account. As you can see here, it was filled with 500 euros, and now we are in this little drawdown here. And I had luck on Monday. If you maybe remember on my intro video, I planned the first trade with their signals in the analyze, and this was a buy setup for the gold. And the idea from then was that we draw here Fibonacci from here to here, and then we enter the trade at the 38.2 or 61.8 level. And if you remember, I then planned the entry here on the 38.2 level on my intro video for Monday. And then the big crash of the gold came after we had a lot of news on Monday with the virus vaccine, and we had the Brexit news, we had new news from America, from the election and so on. And after all, this was the result of this Monday with all of this news. And here was my entry, and I had really luck. It was a buy entry based on the analyze. Okay, they could not know what happened on Monday. It's really a big event we had here, and nobody could know this. But still I had luck. Here on the 38.2 level, it really bounced a little bit. We can't see it here on the H4 time frame. But it gave, here was my entry, it gave a little bit bounce, and I had forgotten on this day to deactivate my trailer from Metagrid. Of course, I use my own trade manager to manage all of these setups, and I had forgotten to turn off the trailer, and it was on gold, and the trailer was not set for gold. So it was a really small trailer by accident turned on, and this little bounce activated the trailer a bit, and it could close gold with this little bounce here on this level in profit. I can show you this in the account history. Let's see where we have here. It is. It then gave here almost 6 euros in profit. So this was really luck, because here you can see if I had here the buy and then maybe here the stop loss, it had given a big loser. So this was by accident that I had forgotten to turn off the trailer. And this was a good start on Monday for the signals, even if the signal had normally given a loser if you had traded it like they wanted. But yeah, lucky me. And then the rest of the week was not that good. One more good signal was there from them. This was here an analyze for the euro dollar. You can see here was the entry. Of course, I fine-tuned my entries then with the order blocks from Metagrid, and you can see based on the analyze, they said, okay, today it is possible that the euro gets weaker. And they gave an entry level, and I fine-tuned it then with my order blocks. You can see on the Metagrid order blocks we have here 2 red levels, so sell levels, and I fine-tuned the entry to go in here, and this gave then a really nice reaction here and a profit. But the rest of the signals in this week were losers. I could not take every signal, of course. You saw there were many of them. And with all these commands they give, it's difficult, and I traded only the signals when I was in front of the computer. This is what you normally would do also. It's not possible to take every signal from a signal group or a paid signal provider. You can only take the signals when you are in front of your computer or on your mobile phone, whatever. But this is the same I did when I had time and was in front of my computer. I took the signals, and yes, it gave this drawdown here. So the last place in this week is from the FX Street. We will see if this was only not so good week for them, maybe because of the news on Monday. I hope the signals gets much better in the new week. On number 4 is the Red Hawk EA. It's an EA I bought and purchased, and yes, it was not that good. It had an overall profit, but it's almost a break. Even if you see this small profit here, today's profit was again a loser. It started really good on Monday. I was very happy after I saw what this EA did. And then on the rest of the 4 days, it lost all the profit from Monday. And this little profit was then on the account. Let's look on the account itself. You can see it's also a live account on IC Markets. This is the small profit I have on this account. And you can see besides Monday, we have a new version for the Red Hawk. This new version 1.8 was released by Wim Schreinemakers yesterday, and I have already installed it. It had not took a trade so far, the version 1.8, because maybe you saw my video on Monday. This is an EA which only trades in the quiet hours of the trading day, so basically midnight. And I think, and I saw this in the comments of the developer's homepage, it seems to be there was a little bug in the version 1.7, because I had this problem too. The EA traded not around midnight like it should. It traded 2 hours before midnight. It began 2 hours before the new day began, and in this time you have really going nothing on the chart. Almost you have only a little bit up and down. And in this time the EA traded. Basically, I like the idea that the EA trades in these quiet hours, because normally you have not big news in these hours. You have little movements and you can catch maybe these little movements to make profit. But it did not that much this week. Maybe it's because of this bug in version 1.7. If it was a bug, I don't know it really. I saw it on the homepage that they discussed about the trading time and that the EA opened too early the trades. And now with the version 1.8, on every pair it says time to start at midnight. You can see this. And in the version before, I had some, for example, here on this pair, time to start 2 hours before midnight. And in the other pair, it was a half an hour before midnight. And every pair had a different time here on it. And they began all 1 or 2 hours before midnight. And in version 1.8 now it is different, and it is like it should with the midnight. We will see what happens next week. Maybe we get then here improvement with the trades. If we look on the history, this was today. Let's look on the complete week here, that you can see what it did. I make it here a little bit bigger. Let's, oh, now MT4 is something a little bit different here. So you can see this where all the trades it took. It's only made for this pairs. I had here have open 9 pairs on the M5 time frame. This is what the developer recommends, and this were all the trades here. It's based on risk, so every trade risks 2%. But the good thing is it does not wait until it hits the stop loss. If a trade is not that good, it closes the trade earlier, because if all the losers had lost 2% of my account, of course it would worst. It was a worst case scenario here. But it closed the trades earlier if they're in a little bit drawdown. I don't know what is the algorithm behind, but I like that it closes the trade if it sees it will not go good for this trade. Normally it opens only one pair, one trade on every pair if there's a trade. On the most days there were 1, 2, 3 trades overall, so maybe 3 pairs were traded and the other 6 not. Based on the algorithm this EA uses, I don't know what's behind. And I was very surprised that on one pair suddenly a grid was opened. I made here a screenshot. This was the version 1.7. We are here on the Aussie Cat, and you can see it made then here 1, 2, 3 trades, and again here the next one, the fourth one, and then I had all these trades running here, and other people had that too, and they wrote in on the homepage of the developer. And Wim Schreinemakers, which made this EA, answered that this is normal behavior on this pair, especially on the Aussie Cat. The EA makes such a grid, but not with martingale. It makes 3 or 4 such trades, and then it hopes that price goes down to close it all in profit. So it's not martingale behind. You can see every trade has the same lot size and uses every time the max of 2% risk. And it seems it's only on this pair, and he said another one, but I can't remember what's the second one. But in the complete week, this was the only trade which had here this behavior, and indeed later then the price was going down, and then it closed here this grid almost break even, if I remember correct here. So it was interesting to see this. In my opinion, at the moment, the profit of this EA is too small, because you have to remember this EA costs at the moment $200. And if it makes every week only €1 in profit, then it will take a long time that I have my money back for this EA, and with this small profit it can also happen that it gives a drawdown. Let's hope that the version 1.8 next week will give a better result. On the strategy tester this EA was really good, but it is with the most EAs, if you put it on a strategy tester it gives really good results, and the only really result is forward testing, and this is what I do here. Let's see what happens next week with the Red Hawk EA. And on place number 3 is the dynamic swing trader indicator, which gave a little bit more than 15 euros in profit. It has small profit today. There was a loser and winner today, and so overall it's almost break even. It had a really good start on Monday. Let's look at the account. Here we are. You can see it's again a live account. This is the profit at the moment. It started with 500 euros, and this is the profit of a little bit more than 15 euros, like you saw on my picture. This is the indicator. I explained this indicator in all detail in my intro video, because I use the indicator a little bit different than it is recommended. The signals came on the H4 time frame, and then I switch to the H1 time frame. I make a support or resistance line, this red one here, and then I watch the behavior of the price, and then I decide if I go into a sell or in a buy trade. Yesterday we had this signal on the Euro USD, and I switch here for the H4 time frame, that we come to the original time frame. It took a little bit because this indicator is not the fastest one. You can see here, if I make it bigger, you can see this little blue star here. This is the signal for a buy trade. And then if I get such a signal, I made a scanner for this indicator that I don't miss a signal. So if I get the signal, I make a support or resistance line. In this case, we want to go into a buy trade. So I look where was the last resistance. And if you look on the left side, there is no resistance at all. The next one would be here and then here. So if there is no obvious resistance, I use the candle, the H4 close of this candle itself as resistance. And then I switch to my H1 time frame, and then I watch the behavior of this pair, what it does. And you can see here, let's go back on the H4 time frame. We have to mark the candle because this signal is a H1 signal. So this is our H4 signal, and then I can begin to search with the start of this candle. If you make a backtesting, don't make the mistake to mark this candle where the signal is on, because then you have the complete, if you go to a lower time frame, then you have the complete development of this candle, and there was the signal not on it. So if you make backtesting, you have to use the next candle. It's this one, because if this signal comes, it comes on the close of this candle, so at the beginning of this candle. And if you now go to a lower time frame, you can see here is the point where I can begin to observe what it is doing on my resistance line, and you can see it made here a pin bar, another pin bar, and then it was going down. It retested here this resistance line, and then it was going down, and then I opened here the sell trade because it looked like it will here bounce on this resistance. It did not bounce, as you see. In this case, this trade gave a loser today, and then it jumped over my resistance line. It retested here the resistance line, and then I jumped here into a buy trade. This was a winner. I closed it 1 hour ago because the weekend is very close now. We are only some hours away from weekend, and I wanted to take here this profit. And so with this loser and this winner, it gave today only this little small profit. But we had a big profit on Monday, and I show you the complete history of this account here. Let's make it bigger. You can see we had here on Monday a good profit on the Kiwi Swissy with over 12 euros, and on the Euro Kiwi with almost 7 euros. And I had here today these trades. I splitted these trades. You can see this was let's see, yes, these are the free trades from the euro, and I had a loser on the pound kiwi. So overall it gave here then this 15 euros profit. I show you the two winners, of course, because they were very nice. This is the result on the H1 time frame. If we go to the live chart, the euro kiwi, let's see, I can open it. This is the pair. And then I can show you the original signal. Let's do the chart smaller again, if my mouse wants to do this. And H4 time frame, and then I need here the template for the dynamic swing trader indicator. It needs a little bit to load, so let's look. The signal was this here for the euro kiwi, sell signal, or it was this here, sorry, the blue star. If you see it, it is here. This was the signal, the down and sell signal. And what I did then, I marked again here support and resistance. In this case, if you look, this is the signal. And if you look on the left side of the chart, you see that the last resistance were here, these spikes here. So price had to jump below this support. In this case, it was here support, and it should now react as resistance or support. And this is what we have to find out. So it was support here. And if it wants to go down, it has to come below the support that this line gets resistance. And let's look what happened on my picture where I made a screenshot. Where it is. 1 second. So this is my line, my support line based from the H4 time frame. We are now on the H1 time frame, which is my entry time frame. And you can see this was the candle. The signal here is from the H1, ignore it. And I could begin to look on this candle then here. And you can see it was going down. Then it began to retest this line here again, and then it was going down again. And then it was where I jumped here into this trade, because it was a clear sign that it will bounce here on this line. And based on the method which we use, or I use here with the dynamic swing trader, it was a clear sell. So in this case, the sell signal was confirmed by price action, and it gave then really a good result. And the other signal was on the Kiwi Swissy. Let's go for it. It was this buy signal here. You can even see here my entry. This was the blue star, the signal for a buy trade. And what I did then, you can see the line is still there. I draw then here a resistance line. You can see I used this here because after this signal was here, let's make it bigger, and this was the signal, and this candle before had a little spike too, and so this is here resistance, this zone. I marked this here as resistance, and then I was going down on the H1 time frame, which is my entry time frame. Let's do this, and let's scroll back. Where is the line? And you can see we have again to mark where we can begin to search. Let's see. This was the signal, so we can begin to search with this bar here. So we go down on the H1 time frame, and then let's see where is the line, and here you can see it began first here to look, it will go down, it bounced a little bit, but only small tiny candles. This is not enough for price action. If it really wants to go down, it has to go down, retest it, and then go down again. But this was not a behavior. Instead, it was really jumping over the resistance. And then as I switched to this chart, the price was then after this candle going down until here. And if you see such a fast green candles, a big green fast candle which was developed really nice and smooth, then very often price goes a little bit down again, and then it goes up and away. And I waited here to the 50% level of this candle, so it was 50% retrace. I jumped in and I really got here the perfect entry with this buy here, and then it was going up. I could hold it normally longer. You can see it was almost 1 day in up climbing, but I have always a target to use here. In this case, this here around was the target. You can see the lines here from the H1 time frame. It gave the same signal on the H1 time frame too, as you see. And then it gave more signals on the H1 time frame during the week, which I don't took then, because I only went the signals on the H4 time frame. But you can see in this case, like I told you on Monday, if there's a clear trend in a pair, then the signals are really good. You can see this buy signal was a winner on the H1 time frame. This was a winner. This was a winner because we take here profit and secure the trade. So we had 1, 2, 3 winners if you had used it on the H1 time frame, but this only works if you have a clear trend. This is the reason why I use it on the H4 time frame and with the confirmation of the support and resistance lines, because I showed you already on Monday that you will have a lot of losers if you use it the original way. You have to confirm the trades with support and resistance, and you have to look on and watch the price action and then decide if you took the signal in the direction they want or if you use the opposite direction. So overall, it was a really nice week for the dynamic swing trader. I'm a little bit sad that the Euro USD signal today, the first trade was not that good. Maybe I was too optimistic with this down trade, that the price action was not the best one, but still it is the method. I look for it, and if I give me the price action for a down trade, I go into it. And as it then jumped over, you saw it, I was going then into the buy trade. And yes, it still goes up. So I was thinking if I wait until the weekend is 1 hour in front of me, but I was not sure with all the spikes here if it really wants to go up more. So I closed it around here, the red order block from Metagrid, the sell order block here. Then it was a little bit going down again. Now it goes more up. Maybe we see here a climb. I gave today a signal on this here. I think it can go until here, or this is the target 1 from the original indicator from the dynamic swing trader. I think it could come on Monday or maybe over the weekend if it makes a gap until here, and then this is the next position where I would take profit and look for a little bit of sell opportunity here. I hope this indicator will give more profit next week. It's very promising so far. It gives not a lot signal based on the H4 time frame, of course, but if the quality is still that good, I'm very optimistic here. The second best system this week was the Guiding Light EA. It's my own EA. I'm a little bit proud of it that it climbed to place number 2. But we will not see this every week. I already told you it's a grid EA, and a grid EA has to make grids and has to make a drawdown that it can make bigger profit. So we will see, of course and for sure, weeks where it has a really big drawdown. I already told you this EA needs a account with over 2,000 euros that it can, in the situation of a drawdown, have enough money to manage all these grids. Still, it started here with a 500 euro real account, and like I told you, and it is here in the text too, Guiding Light EA, 500 euro start balance, but 2,000 euros on the bank. So if I have to put more into this account because we get a bigger drawdown, then I will do this here. So it made here over 15 euros, and it made the most profit of all systems today. And let's look on the EA's account. This is it. You can see Guiding Light 2021. This EA is not released yet. I have deactivated auto trading because it's before weekend. I don't want that the EA opens a new trade now 2 hours before the weekend starts. You should do this too. If you have an auto trader and all trades are closed and the weekend is so close, deactivate the auto trading, and then you will not get a new trade. Because if you have a good week with over 15 US profit here in this case, I don't want to risk that 1 or 2 hours before the weekend a trade gets opened, and then you have to wait over the weekend what happens, and then it's better to close all and deactivate the auto trading. This is the reason why you see here the sad smiley. If we look here on the account, let's look on it. You see this were the trades in this today. A lot of trades today, because it's a grid EA. Of course, it makes more orders, and you see a lot of pending orders which were not activated. And if I look on the complete list of the week, you will see there are a lot of trades because of all these pending orders. Look at this. These are all happened on this EA, and you can see these are all limit pending orders, for example, which never have been executed, so there is no profit or so. They were on the chart because it's a grid EA, it makes grid and it wants to make trade these grids, but if price comes not so far, then they will not be open. But you can see a lot was going on here on this EA, and then it made here this profit here. We had luck this week that it never came in a bigger drawdown, but as I already told you, if it makes a bigger drawdown, then the chance is there for bigger profit, because it has to, the more grids they activate, or it activates, the more profit it will make. I made a screenshot from today, from one of the trades from today, that you can see what this EA is doing, because we have no open trade at the moment. And you can see the status, managing free trades. What was happened? This is the CAT Swissie on the M5 time frame. It's the EA working. It opened here. The first trade was this here. It wants to go into a sell trade. The reason for this was in a drawdown. You can in a down movement here. This pair, it came here to this area, which can now act as support or resistance here. But the EA saw, based on the momentum and on the indicators and algorithm it uses, it could go lower. So it opened here the sell trade, and as I told you, it's a grid EA. Of course, it tries to get some more grids activated, and then catches the down move, that we can make more profit. And you can see the next order would have been here. So this is not activated here. You can see it's a sell limit order here. It's not activated. If price would have gone here until this, then it would have been activated. But this was the entry, then price was going up. This next grid was activated with 1 microlot. Price was more going up. This next grid was activated with 2 microlots. And then it began to go down, and you can see it at this stage it was 2.55 euros. It was then it went deeper then, and it was closed. Let's look on the account if we can find these orders. We have to see it here. If you have to add it all together, it was over 3 euros at the close time then. But this is what the EA does. It's not a martingale EA. It makes higher lots, yes, but not more than 5 microlots. 5 microlots is the highest what you will find on this EA, but it makes endless grids. So if the price goes higher and higher, you will get maybe 20, 30, 50 grids. And it has a smart drawdown reduction system. So if, for example, price would have all the way up here, so it had activated all these grids and this here, and then we get maybe a little retracement, and it would use this profit maybe to close a part of this trades here, in case that we get trade against us. So it goes higher and higher than it had closed already this year with the little profit from a retracement. So basically this EA uses retracements to close lower entries in case that it goes against us, but still it can have drawdowns with 1,000 euros, even more. On the strategy tester, I already showed you the results for this EA. This was a result for the Euro USD on the strategy tester for the guiding light EA. You see, sometimes it needs capital here, 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 and here. But then it has long periods of time where it does not need capital, and the profit curve goes up and up and up, and we hope that this will happen on forward testing too. This is the reason why it's on the test lab, and we tested on a live account. Paul, our admin, has this EA running on his demo account on different pairs, and I can't remember what he told me what the profit is in this week. Let's see if I find it, what he wrote today. Maybe he writes it in the chat if he sees this video. I think he told 30 or 40 euros in profit so far. Maybe he can write it below the video if he sees it. I think he told me it was around 30 or 40 euros in profit for his pairs. I use the guiding light EA with the auto pair method. If we look here on the settings, you can see this are all the pairs the EA trades, the 28 major pairs, and I have it to true, so select pair automatically. What the EA does, it looks which pair is the best to trade today, and it switches automatically to this pair, and then it tries to find an entry on this pair. If there is no entry all day long, then it will switch to another pair of these 28 majors, and it's here on the M5 time frame. The EA gives good results on the 1 minute, on the 5 minute, and the 15-minute time frame. It is not made for higher time frames. It's typically on the M5 or M15 time frame. These are the two best time frames based on the strategy tester. And we will see how this EA performs in the next weeks. We will see weeks with high drawdown, which will give big red number on the profit list, but then we hope that it do the same like on the strategy tester, that it closes all the grids in profit. In this week I was really proud of the EA. It had not much drawdown. It made so far good profit on that small account. So yes, it's so far good. I like it. And now the winner of the week. It's really funny. The only free system in the complete test is the winner of the week. The trader free trading view IDs made over 20 euros in profit, and this on a 100 euro account. So it's over 20% in gain on this account. This is really amazing, and all of this stuff is free available. And like you remember, I hope, from the intro video, I use the quarter money management system for this trades. You can see it here. I started with 100 euro, but 300 euros on the bank account. What's behind this money management system is that you have, in this case, a total sum of 400 euros. And on every Monday, you divide this balance by 4. So you have a quarter of it. And if you have 400 euros and you divide it by 4, you get here this 100 euros. And this is the sum you transfer to your broker account on Monday. And this is the balance you have the complete week to trade. A quarter of your complete bank account you use for it. So I had only this 100 euros, and I have to use this 100 euros the complete 5 days. So I have really to think about which trade I want to go in, which lot size do I use with this small account. And I have to be very picky and patient, because if you only have this small account balance on your broker's account, you can't overtrade. And this is what I like the most this week with the system, that I can't overtrade. I don't have more money on the account, and I know on Monday with this balance I can only go in 1, 2, maybe 3 trades in this week, and these trades have to be really good, and I have to be really patient and picky in which trades I want to go. And this was the success in this week, that I really had to be patient and to wait for the best setups with this small account balance. And like it says with the system, it's based on the trading view IDs. This is trading view. I showed you this on Monday, and you have here the section IDs, and then you get here a lot of trading IDs for different pairs and so on. And what I do is on every day, on the beginning of the London session and the New York session, I scroll here through these trading IDs. For example, we have here trading ID for the pound yen, and if you look here on it, it gives here details what this trader thinks will happen, and it gives his analyze. And then I read this here and I compare it with my chart and with my order blocks from Metagrid. And if I like this trade, then I make my pending orders and I wait that the trade goes its way. And like I told you, you have to really be picky with this small account, that you find the best trades in this week. And this is the account. You can see it's a live account, and now it's at 120 euros. So this is the profit you saw on my picture from my trades this week. And let's look on the history of this account. You can see not much was going on. I had to use the best trades, and it were only 3 pairs. The Aussie dollar, I had something on the euro dollar and the euro Swissy today. Only this 3 trades in this week, because I had not that much money, and in case that a trade was going against me, I can't go into 10, 20, 30 trades. I only have this 100 euros, and if I make a drawdown, I have in the next week less money. I will explain you in a minute what I do with the money now, because with the Quadra money management system, you have of course to transfer back the profit to your bank and then use on Monday the new quarter of your bank account. I come to this in a minute. Let's go through the trades I had here. Let's see, I made some screenshots. This was one of the trades here. I traded this with grids. I had here an entry on the Aussie dollar. The setup was a buy trade. I saw on TradingView analyze where the trader told that he thinks the price will found here support and price will go up. I looked on the picture and I thought to myself, it looks more, it could go down again, maybe to this demand level here. I was a little bit skeptical about this buy trade, but still the points he brought in his analyze was really good. And I thought, okay, then I tried here with a small buy trade from here to this supply zone here. You can see this was a supply zone painted from the Metagrid supply and demand indicator. It already reacted here. You can see price came here into the supply zone, gave a perfect reaction downwards. And I thought then, okay, I go into a buy trade, but again, only until here to go out again. And then because it's a small distance, I go in with 3 grids, and a stop loss I had placed based here. You can see it, a stop loss of 13%. So I told Metagrid, if my loss is bigger than 13% of my account balance, so 14 euros in this case on a 100 euro account balance, then it would automatically close here all trades. This drawdown never happened. You can see all 3 grids were activated, and then price began to go up, and at the end it was really here up, and I could here close all of these 3 grids in profit. This was the first trade I had here. And then let's see, I had a really good trade on the euro dollar. Here you can see it, and it was a perfect entry, by the way. The analysis from TradingView was that Euro USD will find support. The analysis I saw on TradingView, the price were around here, and he told, okay, support is close, maybe overnight. And then I opened my Metagrid chart, and I saw here, you can see it, this demand zone painted from the Metagrid software. And so I decided, okay, when the trader says this pair will find support soon, I go into the buy trade here on my demand zone. I place the pending order. It was here where it activated. You can see it is on the pip, the entry in this case. There was 0 drawdown, and then it was really going up, and I closed it. Then it came here, bounced here on the supply zone. You can see there's a supply zone from the Metagrid supply and demand indicator. Here it began to bounce a little bit, and the trailer already was activated then behind, and the trailer stopped then the trade here around. And so I could make here this profit with the Euro USD. Where is the trade? It was here. I have to tell you that I made a setup this way that it closes a part of the trade. Let's see if we can find this on the list. So this is the, the correct account. I have so many accounts that I have to switch through all of them. So we're back here, and you can see I used here the candle close break-even settings from Metagrid. So I told Metagrid, if I get a candle close calculated from the beginning of the trade of more than 15 pips, or 150 points, then please close 60% of my trade. And this is the reason why you see here a splitting of this trade. So after we got here this 15 pips move, Metagrid closed a part of my trade and let the rest of the trade run further. And so it gave here this profit on the Euro USD. And I had today a little trade on the Euro Swissy. I came a little bit too late into this trade. You can see here. Basically, the analyze from TradingView was to go in a sell trade. I think the analyze came out here, and they told to go into a sell trade. You can see the Metagrid indicator also told here to go into a sell trade. But I was not in front of my computer at this time, and as I was in front of my computer, the price was then here, and I thought, okay, it moved already too far, and then I skipped here this trade, and later I saw then price came back here to this, and I was not sure what happened, and then this big move down came without me, because here I was a little bit too scary. I wanted not to risk my profit from 20 euros on this small account, and I was a little bit scary, and I did not jump in here, and it would be a really nice trade based on the Metagrid sell signal. We had ended here in a sell trade, stop loss above here the market structure. We had then a little drawdown, and then this nice down move had happened. I jumped then in here for a small trade again. I saw that it retraces a little bit until this resistance zone here, because this here should normally act as resistance. You can see it came down. If it comes back again, this here should give resistance. And this was the reason I jumped here in the first trade. This was the first sell trade, and then I saw this big green candle, and I thought, okay, maybe it wants to take out here the stop losses. I wait a little bit longer. I closed this trade again here, and then I saw the red candle again, and I jumped in again, and then I jumped out here in this major block, also painted from Metagrid. It's a buy block here, and you can see exactly on this buy block again it bounced and was going up. It's this like I told you in my other videos, it's like a treasure map, like a street map. The order blocks from Metagrid help really to find targets and bounce areas. And if I jump here into a sell trade, I have to keep in mind that here on such a major buy block we could see a bounce, and exactly this happened, and so it was good to jump out here of this trade. You can see here I also splitted it. I told Metagrid to close 50% of my trade after we have a 5 pips movement in a close, a candle close, and so Metagrid splitted this. It closed 50%, and the second part of this trade was then closed around here, and this gave the 20 euros profit here on this TradingView account. And what happens now? Now I have 20 euros profit. I transfer this to my bank account, and then I have now 420 euros on the bank account. Remember, we used here this is system and method. I have a bank account with 400 euros on it, and I divide it by 4, and then on Monday I can only use a quarter of this. So I have now 120 euros on my broker's account. I transfer this back to my bank, so I have 420 euros on my bank account. On Monday, I divide this sum of 420 euros by 4, and so on Monday I can use 105 euros on my broker's account. So 5 euros more. I know it's not that much, but I already told you on Monday the person who gave me this money management method told me that he had really a success with this method because he does not overtrade, which I really can completely confirm. You don't do this. And you stick to the best trades, and he could constantly make gain on his account, and I think he told me 600 or 700 euros he is now up. I don't know exactly if he started with 500 or 400 euros on his bank account, but now he is at around 700 euros. So with every week he makes profit, he gets more money on the next Monday to trade. And still, with this quarter money management system, he banks profit. So he gets a part of his profit back to the bank, and he gets a part again, a quarter for the next Monday to trade. So I have now 5 euros more on Monday on this account. So it's maybe one more trade I can take with 5 euros stop loss. And I will use this opportunity if I find good trades. And again, I have to be very picky next week until this account goes up more. Of course, it can also happen that the trading view IDs get bad next week, like the FX street signals. And then we see maybe a drawdown here. Then we will see. This is a part of this test. What I like so far is really what I hoped, that the systems together help each other. You can see the if I followed the week, I post every day the laboratory report, what was going on the systems, and you could see on some days the one system is very good and the other one is very weak, and the systems together help each other. And this is what I want to show with this Forex Test Lab. And I hope it will prove us this. If you have 5 different systems, EA, indicator, paid signals, free signals, a grid EA, a normal EA without grids, then you have 5 completely different systems. And on week by week, different systems will be make profit. On some weeks, the trend systems will be make profit. On the other weeks, the systems which are better in sideways movement will make profit. If you have only one method, only one system, it's very likely that you have loser week, a winner week, a loser week. But if you have 5 systems, and if we find 5 systems who will work together, that we get constant profit every week, we can grow our accounts. And it's almost 50 euros this week on this small account. So I would say it's okay. If this here, the Red Hawk EA and the street signals would have made also 15 euros, we could almost bank 70 euros. In this case, it did not happen. But like I told you, we have in this week 2 weak systems, but we have 3 strong systems, and they help each other. Of course, if the FX Street paid signals now begin every week to close with this bad result, so if we have a second, a third, and a fourth week, and every week the FX Street paid signals get losers, then of course this method is replaced by another one. Then I will delete it and I will cut it out from the test, and will another one system will come in. This is for sure. We will see this, but a system will not be replaced only because it was bad one week. The same is with the Red Hawk EA. It has a small profit so far. It has, I want to see improvement the next weeks, that it gets more profit. And if not, then this EA gets be replaced with another system. The other 3 systems are very good at the moment. There's no need to change anything. It's really good. And I hope that the systems will next week again make overall profit, and that they help each other. Maybe we have next week 2 other systems which will be very weak, and the other 3 will then make the profit for the week. I hope so. And this is the hope for this complete test, and to show you that it's wise maybe to have more systems and different ones, automatic systems, manual trading systems, and signals, and this all together can make a complete profit machine. Maybe we will see this in this test. I'm back next week, and please join my Telegram group for free. Here I give you everyday free updates what is going on all the systems. I make a screenshot at the end of the day with the profit on it, and then next Friday or weekend I will give the next video update what is going on our Forex Test Lab. Until then, goodbye, have a nice weekend.